Happy Thursday and welcome into the PHNX Sun Devils show. I'm Anthony Tocher, joined as always by my toothless brethren, Shane Diefenbach. Shane, how you doing?
I still have teeth.
Well, less teeth.
Yeah. So, I'm not toothless. Leah's cat's toothless. Which is true.
So what would we call you?
A man without his wisdom teeth. I don't know.
Okay, sure.
But I have one still.
You have a singular wisdom tooth. Okay, sure. How's your day going?
It's okay.
Talking a little bit more. You're able to...
Yeah. Definitely better than yesterday. Can't open my mouth fully yet because if I do, I will scream and cry. But I can open it pretty well.
Oh, nice.
Hi. I also have the world's smallest mouth. I don't know if you knew this.
Oh, yeah, we've gone over this.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's the world's smallest mouth, but it is
no,
a
it's
tiny
definitely
mouth.
not because there's smaller people than me. But
The Office's tiniest mouth? Does he have the tiniest mouth in the Office?
oh, by far. It's not even a question.
Leah?
I would say yes. Probably.
I would say yes.
I would also say, in terms of proportion, it's 100% the smallest mouth.
Yeah.
Because of my massive 6'4" Adonis of a frame.
Holy shit. You good?
Yeah.
That was just a hell of a way to describe it. Shane Diefenbach, the Adonis of PHNX, if you will.
Tall, dark, and handsome. What's up?
Yes, you are. A couple things to get into today. I want to start with a absolutely phenomenal article that Doug Haller of The Athletic
He
wrote.
usually pumps these out.
He's a machine.
Mm-hmm.
He's a machine. If you haven't read the article or if you're not subscribed to The Athletic, shame on you. Go check it out. The article just details Rashad Samples, his day-to-day routine, how he got to ASU, his backstory, his relationship with his dad. It's just a really solid piece all the way around. So I do want to start with that just because there was a lot to get into just that specific article. I don't know about you, but I wasn't expecting to get this deep into what really makes Rashad Samples tick.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's an interesting aspect to explore considering he is one of the youngest assistants on this roster at just 28 years old. And he has aspirations to one day be the youngest head football coach at a Division I level. Obviously, Kenny Dillingham holds that title now. Just before we get into really all of the smaller details of it, the article outside looking in, what did you like about it?
I mean, it just shows you kind of his path to this point. How does somebody become a 28-year-old assistant coach at a Division I Power 5 school? Mm-hmm. How does one go from a coach in the NFL to this at, again, 28 years old? Mm-hmm. How does a guy go from you looking up pictures of him on our photo service and half of them are him coaching on the Rams and half of them are him playing football at Oklahoma State, which is crazy, by the way. 2015, he was still playing college football. That was so wild. What were you doing in 2015?
2015, I was a junior or senior in high school.
I graduated high school in 2015.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
That's wild.
It's almost 10 years ago at this point, 8 years ago. But to think that in that 8-year span of him playing collegiate football, it's not just like, I don't want to say the typical, but what maybe you would expect of somebody that kind of fizzled out at the end of their college football career and there wasn't anything else, right? This is a guy that in between that 8-year span of not playing college football, he has turned football into a career outside of playing it. And he's done it at the highest level, literally to the point where he was on a Super Bowl winning team. And now he's obviously got new aspirations at the college level, and he's doing it with Kenny Dillingham at the helm. A couple things in this article that stood out to me. I do want to get into just, for some reason, one of the things that really stuck out to me is the way he keeps his office. I'm going to read the quote from the article, and it maybe it's the way Doug wrote it, but it's just everything about it is interesting to me. And the quote is, "In a cabinet, Samples has small boxes of every type of yogi tea you can imagine. Green tea kombucha, green tea super antioxidant, Egyptian licorice, more than 24 boxes stacked neatly. He also has
What the hell is Egyptian licorice?
I don't know. He also has 3 scented candles on his desk with spares tucked away. In the past, fellow coaches have joked that Samples has the best smelling office.
It's a type of tea.
In college football. This may be true." And then it goes on to say, quote, "I don't believe random acts create consistent results. So you have to create a system that will allow you to work well," he said. It's just, again, the little things, right? And obviously we're talking about the way that Coach Samples has his desk. But it's those little things that you see in coaches' day-to-day lives that I feel like impact the way they coach or impact the little tiny details that you see in their position groups. And I think this goes a long way.
Anytime you hear somebody's morning routine, you think, ugh, God, that person's different. They're built different.
Yeah.
The man wakes up at -4 a.m. every single day, and does his morning routine, and it's just one of those guys that just is truly taking advantage of every single day. Yeah, it's great. And it wasn't just, as you mentioned, like he wasn't just a guy that played college football. It was a guy that, concussions derailed his football career, and then he made the most of it. And a lot of that, obviously, what this article is kind of geared toward is Father's Day is coming up. So it's a lot about how his dad helped him push him to where he is, and how his dad instilled in him that, like, you have to, you have to realize what your situation is. You're in a once in a lifetime situation, being able to play college football. How do you make the most out of that? Even if, your concussions are basically ending his career. And his path to where he is now, becoming a top recruiter in Texas, and just, it's pretty amazing.
And there are a couple things in that article that we've talked to him about, right? Like his relationship with his dad. He makes it very known how close him and his dad are. And that's obviously something that you really get a glimpse into in this article, right? Where somebody can tell you that they're close with their dad, and you can see, like they're both coaches, they both love football, etc. But this goes so much deeper into like when Samp was a kid, right? And he was growing up, and his dad would always treat him the hardest at practice. And I think there's even a quote in there that his dad said, I was awful to him. I was awful to him because he didn't want the other kids to claim that there was favoritism toward his son. And I think you learn a lot about that relationship. You learn, I think from that, you kind of get an idea of the type of coach that Rashad is in and of himself. And I think if you read that, right, if you read this article and I'm going to recruit or I'm a young player, like this is a guy that I want to play for.
Yeah.
Right. Like this article makes you learn a little bit about Coach Samp. And you do it in a way where it is like, okay, like this is a guy that I 100% will go to war with.
Something that I always strive to do ever since I was like in high school. One of my basketball coaches instilled this in me, and it's not just at sports, it's a life lesson. It's just to be kind of a sponge in every situation. And like, somebody might not be good as you at something, but they might do certain things better than you, or they might be, somebody you look up to, but regardless, you need to absorb everything you can. And that's something I feel like Rashad Samples does. Every situation he's in, learning at SMU and then freaking going to the Rams and learning under McVay. And he says in this article that he wanted to come here not only to learn under Baldwin and Dillingham, which, you can soak up a lot into those two guys. They know what they're doing. One of them coached somebody who Samp is familiar with in Cooper Kupp, and the other had a revolutionary Pac-12 offense last year. But he's not only coming here to learn under them, he's also learning to prove something, and he wants to be one of the best young offensive minds. And what's scarier than a Sean McVay? It's a Sean McVay combined with a Kenny Dillingham, combined with a Bo Baldwin, combined with a Sonny Dice, combined with all of these other things. Having these different areas you learn from can be so valuable. Yeah,
he's sharpening his tools. And last thing I do want to get into in this article before we move on, he talks about the stigma of being a young black coach and how they're dubbed as recruiters as opposed to actual coaches. We see the same thing happening with Brian Carrington a lot as well. And this is something that I think Kenny touched on too, and he did it almost right after the recruiting period had ended, the very first wave of signing day or something like that. And he was asked about him, and he said, I don't think that those are two coaches, or those are not two recruiters. Those are two phenomenal football coaches who just so happen to be really good at speaking with people. Yeah. And that's another thing too, right? That I think people and players and other coaches can really learn from is when you talk to Rashad Samples and you talk to Brian Carrington, they're very easy to talk to, but that in and of itself doesn't make them a good recruiter. You have to be a good football coach first, I feel like, to be able to actually sell a football program to somebody. Yeah, or at least that's just my perspective.
Everything they do has intent.
Yeah.
It's not, and as he says, you can't just have random acts don't create consistent results. And that's something he lives by. And I also love what he's doing here, because obviously Rashad Samples is not going to be the wide receivers coach for Arizona State for 20 years. This is
Unfortunately not.
This is a stepping stone and a path to something a lot bigger than what this role is right now. But he's not just using this as a stepping stone. He's here with intent. He's here with a purpose. He knows why he wants to be here, and that's what I think you want in your young coaching staff. Is you don't want it's great to have guys with experience. It's great to have your Marvin Lewis's of the world being consulting to other defensive whatever. I don't even know what Brian Billick does. It's good to have these type of guys who come in, whatever, and have experience, but it's great to have type of guys that, definitely want something bigger than just being a coordinator or a position coach.
Yeah.
But they are going to do what they can to not only improve as a coach here, but also improve the program here. And I think we're about to see something pretty freaking awesome with this wide receiving core and just the whole offensive unit.
Yeah, and I think something else that it does that we don't talk about it enough is when you get coaches like this, right? Those fiery young coaches, the sponges that are really trying to soak up every ounce of knowledge that they possibly can. It pushes some of those other coaches, those Brian Billicks, those Marvin Lewis's, some of those like elder statesmen, if you will, that like I guess have gotten accustomed and comfortable with the way things work. And like I feel like it can push them a little bit more. I know Marvin Lewis and Brian Billick don't play giant roles here at Arizona State.
If any. They might just be seriously. They might just be collecting a check. I don't know if they're even with the team anymore.
But it certainly goes a long way to have some of those younger, fiery coaches pushing and just really getting the pot stirred a little bit more. So I don't know if you haven't checked out that article. Again, phenomenal piece by Doug Haller on The Athletic. It's what, $2.99 a month or something for The Athletic. It's super, super cheap, guys. Go check it out. Before we move on, I want to tell you guys a little bit about BetMGM, where you guys can make some money. I know PHNX Diamondbacks, they're doing a watch along right now for the Diamondbacks game against the Phillies. I don't know what the score of that game is. Last time I checked, the Phillies were up 5-4. So if maybe you want to go live bet and make some money on that or any of the other MLB games, you could do it over at BetMGM, and they've got a really cool offer right now. So I'm going to tell you how to sign up. Okay, so first off, you're going to log in to BetMGM Sportsbook app on iOS or Android. And once you've done that, super, super easy. So the second step is you're going to play the BetMGM MLB free-to-play game from May 27th through September 7th. And you're going to be a batter and pick an area of the strike zone. Sounds easy enough, and it is. Third step, depending on the area of the strike zone you pick, you guys are going to get either a single, double, triple, or home run, or you're going to pop out and receive the prize associated with that type of hit. Played just once a day. Prizing must be used on MLB and expires in 24 hours. Guys, one final thing. If you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, what are you doing? Use that bonus code PHNX. There's a few different offers depending on where you live, but for our Arizona audience, you guys are going to get up to $100 in bonus bets on your first wager with BetMGM. Again, make sure you use that bonus code PHNX. Check out the show notes for full details, and now listen to Shane tell us about the disclaimer.
Disclaimer, 21 plus to wager. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. U.S. promotional offers not available in Washington, D.C., Mississippi, Nevada, New York, and Ontario. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Colorado, D.C., Illinois, Indiana, Louisiana, Maryland, Mississippi, New Jersey, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Virginia, West Virginia, Wyoming. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369, New York. Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP, Arizona. 1-800-522-4700, Kansas, Nevada. 1-800-327-5050, Massachusetts. 1-800-BETS-OFF, Iowa. 1-800-270-7117 for confidential help, Michigan.
Yeah, I've had a couple nights that I've had trouble sleeping.
Yeah, just a couple.
Yeah, well, with this wisdom tooth thing, because it's only happened for like 3 days, and I didn't take any OGs because I was too scared about chewing them. But I wish I would have. I could have just put them in a blender.
You could have probably just sucked on them.
No, you can't suck on things with your wisdom teeth.
Oh,
because then it causes dry socket. Yeah,
tragic.
Yeah, so I could have put them in a blender. That probably would have been better. And then drank it and got the Aquaberry Sleep Edition CBN to THC 2-to-1 ratio to flavor my dreams.
Flavor your dreams.
To flavor my dreams. That would have been great. Or a strawberries and cream CBD to THC 1-to-1 ratio, rebranded as Happy Balance. They also got their mixed bags with fruits and creams, and the creams are blackberries and cream, orange creamsicle, peaches and cream. The fruits are watermelon, red apple, and peach. And June 21st, Pink Lemonade is dropping 6 days from today. Definitely get that. It's seriously never been easier to cross Father's Day shopping off your list. Just check out OGs online at ogsbrands.com and on Instagram at OGsBrands. You can also find their products at your local dispensary. You got to be 21 years or older to purchase.
Wow, never been easier. We've got something else we want to do today. Sun Devil Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
It was announced, the class. Okay. Do we have the photo by chance? Perfect. Let's go ahead and throw that up there. If you guys didn't know, these are the latest additions to the Sun Devil Athletics Hall of Fame. The 2023 class includes Greg Kraft, Jordan Clark. No, not the current Jordan Clark on the football team. Sean McDonald, Regina Mannix, Jason Kipnis, Addison McGrath, and the 2007 women's track and field team.
Love it.
Gosh, I love the fact that you're getting and I know, again, this is the Sun of Athletics Hall of Fame, so you're getting literally everywhere, but I feel like you're getting such a diverse mix of athletes, coaches, ages, like everything in here. And I love the fact that they threw an entire team, the entire 2007 women's track and field team. So in honor of this, in honor of the latest 2023 Sun Devil Athletics Hall of Fame, you had an idea. What was that idea, Shane?
We're going to induct our own Hall of Fame class. We're going to do 3 each, but not for, lifetime achievements and stuff. You'd actually
not for being great.
Not for being great in their sport, but being great in a single moment or something obscure. Could be, clapping really loud on the bench. Or it could be my first nomination.
Okay.
And my first nomination, I'm going to try to describe it differently. I'm inducting the 1-year Sun Devil defensive lineman Nesta Jade Silvera into the Sun Devil Hall of Fame for squirting Caleb Williams with a water bottle. Yep. And he was great on the field, but that single moment was not only captured on live TV, but also kind of went viral around all of college football. So, Nesta Jade Silvera, you are in my Sun Devil Hall of Fame. That moment is
for being a great squirter.
Stop it! See, you didn't need to do that.
I was just,
you didn't need to do that.
What he was. My first nomination into, I guess, my Sun Devil Athletics Hall of Fame is gonna be the one, the only Grant House. I mean, a guy that's just been, doing this.
He actually probably will be in the Sun Devil.
It feels like he's been doing this for 20 plus years now. But this is a guy that I remember when he was a freshman and he came in here and having to learn from guys like a Christian Lorenz, and he's come in here and he's become the leader of this program, and he's done it effortlessly. And another giant reason as to why he's a part of my class is because this man is relentless on TikTok. This man makes so many TikToks
and Reels.
TikToks and Reels every single day. It is ridiculous. Grant, if you're listening or watching, let's take it down from 5 posts a day to 4.
No. Hey, Grant, if you're listening or watching, keep that shit up, dog. Come on.
I guess you're right. That's why you are in the Sun Devil Hall of Fame.
More content.
Because you are a content machine, Grant.
Machine. I'm going to do something obvious here.
Okay.
Also, one of my favorite 1-year athletes, and another recent one that happened last year, Desmond Cambridge Jr.
Okay, yeah. No, I mean, that's fair. I know why.
Obviously, the shot at McHale. We still never came up with a name for that. Nobody really. I love the McHale Mary. I'm going to keep calling it that. That's the best moment I've ever experienced watching basketball live. So that was very fun. But also just how many games he carried ASU offensively last year, and how awesome of a person he was on the court. The shit talking, the just attitude he had toward playing the game. One of the all-time great 1-year Sun Devils.
Absolutely.
Desmond Cambridge Jr.
Absolutely. My second nominee for my class is none other than Yanni Acuna. It's a damn shame that she doesn't have any more eligibility left to play in a Sun Devil uniform. Obviously, your little sister is still a part of the program. But if you didn't get the chance to watch Yanni Acuna at Club Farrington at any point, you definitely missed out, because she was the epitome of consistency. And every time she was up to bat, it felt like it was a guaranteed on base. She was so much fun. And I know obviously this past season wasn't where her and the rest of Sun Devil softball really wanted to see. But she deserves some serious recognition for what she's done for this program over the course of the last 4 years. It's just absolutely crazy. So Yanni Acuna, you're in the Hall of Fame.
Love it. And chat, we're gonna read some of your nominations if anybody has any. So put them in the chat if you have any nominations for the end of the show. my last one is another guy who wasn't here long and is now into the professional section of his career and will probably be making a debut here in the NHL in a couple of years. And that is Josh Doan. Obviously a great player for ASU, but also had one of the all-time moments in Sun Devil history. First goal at Mullet Arena for your Arizona State Sun Devils. And that was really fun to experience being there. So Josh Doan is a ASU Hall of Famer as well.
Okay. Now, I'm going to induct somebody that is still currently playing.
Wow. That's bold.
This is a bold induction. And I don't want it to get to this person's head because they've already got a giant ego.
Stop it.
No, but just hear me out. I'm going to induct Jalen Conyers. I'm inducting Jalen Conyers into the my Hall of Fame, but I'm doing it with an asterisk, okay? Because you're still playing, and you can't let it get to your head when you get in this office and start talking shit, okay? The beef that you have with Shane.
Well, here, I'm going to make the beef even more.
Oh, God.
I'm vetoing that, and I'm inducting Messiah Swinson and Bryce Pierre in the Hall of Fame above him.
For what purpose?
Just to piss him off.
Just to piss him off.
Yeah, but we'll cut it right there.
Jalen's not going into the Hall of Fame because he's a phenomenal tight end. He's going into the Hall of Fame because
he's goofy.
He's a podcaster. That's what he is now.
He's not going to go into the Hall of Fame until he goes to Buffalo Chip with me.
That's the cutoff?
That's the litmus test.
Okay. Well, he's a podcaster, and he's done an absolutely phenomenal job growing the High Point. And the High Point, guys, if you miss out, it's every Wednesday at 6 o'clock. Definitely tap in. There's guests every single week. Last night was Travion Brown, Bryce Pierre, and Will Schaefer. Just a phenomenal show every single week. You guys should check it out.
I love Glenn's comment in the chat. How about Brian Johnson? One of the first guests we had on PHNX Sun Devils, actually. Groundskeeper Brian Johnson, who I actually saw at the spring game, but I also think I saw him at the Super Bowl.
I mean, it would make sense.
Yeah, like at Radio Row. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
I definitely saw him at the spring game.
He is an absolute legend.
Yeah, if we want to talk about non-players, there's a ton.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of let's get into the odds, and then we can get to some honorable mentions.
Okay. Well, I want to tell you guys about a Hall of Fame burrito, if you will, guys. Burrito Express. That's the place for it. They have killer food. The customer service is incredible every single time. If you haven't checked it out, they got locations all over the valley. Shout out, Leah. I'm still on the steak and salsa train. It's just an absolute vibe. If you haven't checked it out, I don't know what you're doing. Try it. Maybe throw in some bacon, maybe some chorizo, whatever you want. They got over at Burrito Express. So check them out and give them a follow on social at Burrito EXP. And my Hall of Famer is actually a new BE athlete. So congratulations to Jalen and Burrito Express. And now, guys, again, technically anytime you guys go to Burrito Express, you're supporting Arizona State athletes as well.
Yep, definitely. His hype video is pretty fun.
It is. It is fun.
Go check that out. It's also fun to go to Circle K. It's like the theme park of gas stations. They got some great snacks. They got great deals. And make sure you're not missing out on all the great stuff they have. Text PHNX to 31310 to join their SMS subscriber club, and you can get a buy one, get one free offer on a 32-ounce Polar Pop. Head to circlek.com/store-locator at circlek.com/store-locator to find Circle K's near you. You know what else was happening today? Or yesterday? Ace Wolf and Frankie Collins were in the lab.
Ace Wolf was?
Ace Wolf and Frankie Collins were in the lab together.
I forgot Ace Wolf is
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know Frankie. I know Frankie's been trying to get a BE deal. I've been seeing all that on social media. You saw that. It's going to happen. You sparked it.
I saw that. I didn't spark it, no. Frankie did. Frankie added them, and I just said,
hey, let's make this happen.
Let's make this happen. Do you have any honorable mentions?
Honorable mentions. Oof. Is it bad to say Duke Brennan? It is bad. Okay. Devin Cambridge. I know he left. For Oregon. But yeah, he was so much fun, dude. He was so much fun to watch here. I know it was only first season. But I can't not. And then Xavier Valade, another 1 year wonder here at Arizona State, who
Rashad White
was just phenomenal. I know we went with kind of recent, like really recent.
Okay, well let's not do recent. Let's go. My favorite Sun Devil basketball player of all time, Trent Lockett.
Okay.
Absolute bucket. Let's see.
Is Lou Dort? Can I go Lou Dort?
Yeah.
I mean, the Dort Hog. Are you kidding me? This guy's.
These aren't really obscure though.
Oh, we're going obscure?
Yeah.
Okay, well then Daquan Lake. I love Daquan, dude. I love Daquan Lake. Come on. Why not? Daquan Lake's a Hall of Famer at heart. No? Okay, how about Chase Lucas?
What was his name? Scheibel? You remember Scheibel?
Yeah, Matisse.
Yeah. No, it's Matisse Thibault.
Wait.
What's his name? Hold on.
Scheibel.
I'll find him. Hold on.
Starts with a V.
Yeah.
Vitelli. Something. Yeah. No, I know where you're going.
Vitaly Scheibel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't play, though.
He did.
Very, very rarely.
Yep. Legend. He's from the Ukraine.
Legend? He played like 3 minutes.
From the Ukraine. Hey, he averaged 0.4 points a game.
What does that even mean? 0.4 points a game.
He averaged 0.4 points a game.
So he didn't do much. Okay. Do you have any other honorable mentions? What about coaches? We haven't done any coaches. Oh, I mean Charlie Turner Thorne, but
that's not a. That's you're actually electing Hall of Famers. That's not the exercise.
Okay, give me a second.
Herm Edwards.
No, that is the opposite of the exercise. That's somebody who belongs in the.
I feel like all obscure coaches just weren't good. coaches.
Let's do that. Let's do their. What's the opposite of a Hall of Fame?
Hall of Shame.
Hall of Shame. Let's do a Hall of Shame. Herm Edwards, by far, he belongs in the Hall of Shame.
Sam Cunliffe.
Didn't he get traded or not traded? He entered the transfer portal.
Yeah, it's like he was like a high 4-star recruit from Seattle that ended up doing nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
I was so excited about him.
Who else is in the Hall of Shame?
I feel like this is mean.
What?
I feel like this is mean.
So?
I don't want to be mean.
You're not like being totally mean. You're being slightly mean.
I don't want to be mean.
You're just being realistic. These people know they weren't good. Come on. You think Herm looks back at his time at ASU and he's like, yep, I was so great for this program?
That's not what I mean. We can clown Herm.
You want to clown on Herm?
No. Never mind.
Okay. Not even a little bit? Okay. Well, look, guys, I want to tell you a little bit about Four Peaks.
Baba Booey.
What does that mean? It's okay. Docs cards, Baba Booey. I want to tell you guys a little bit about Four Peaks. Look, guys, I know it's summer. The dog days of summer are in full effect. It's hot outside. It's only going to get hotter, which means you're going to need to crack open a cold one with Four Peaks, whether it be a Wow, a Hazy, a Peach Ale. Everything over at Four Peaks is going to do the job. And they've got this really cool thing that they're doing for teachers right now. It's Four Peaks for teachers this year. They are giving away school supplies to teachers around the valley. And you guys can be a part of it. To thank a teacher, go to fourpeaksforteachers.org and complete the form and enter their chance to win. Nominations due June 30th. And Teachers Tuesdays. They're back at the 8th Street Pub every Tuesday through July. Bring a valid teacher ID and receive $4 pints of Kilt Lifter, Wow, Hazy, and Hop Knot. Again, fourpeaksforteachers.org to nominate, donate, or reserve your kit. Check out at Four Peaks Brewer, at Four Peaks Pub to keep up with the latest at Arizona's hometown brewery. You do got to be 21 or older to drink the Four Peaks. Please drink responsibly.
What is a valid teacher ID? Like a school
like
ID?
Like a student ID, probably, yeah, but like for a teacher. ASU still hasn't given me mine.
I don't think you deserve one.
I don't deserve one?
No.
Well, I got to get in the door.
You do deserve to go to the summer engineering camp at Octane.
Oh, I'm so bad at engineering.
Yeah, well, I would assume so.
Huh.
You never took an engineering course.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Well, if you're a child, you can bowl for free. Children 15 and under are eligible for 2 free games a day this summer and spring at Octane Raceway. Book some fun at Octane Raceway and Mavericks. Kart racing, virtual reality, laser tag, axe throwing, Howard, bowling, arcade, great food and drinks. Tons of different events throughout the summer. Check out octaneraceway.com and mavericks.com to learn more. I want to head down there soon and just go fast.
Just go fast.
Go.
You know, if you ain't first, to last. Saying anything else?
Something needs to happen with ASU. Like, no more TV deal talk. So can we get more?
What's your perfect? Let's make a wish. Make a wish right now, but you got to tell us what the wish is.
That defeats the whole purpose.
Well, that's not just.
This is just an exercise.
Yeah, it's just an exercise.
I don't know.
Nothing.
I wish that everyone is happy and smiley at Sun Devil Nation.
I didn't like that. Yeah. You guys, if you enjoyed the content...
No. You make a wish now.
Make a wish?
Yep. You tell people.
For ASU?
I don't know. You just told me to make a wish.
Okay, if I'm just making a wish. Okay, I know what I want.
What do you want?
I want a genie and curly fries.
What about a genie that feeds you curly fries?
That would be awesome.
What if the genie doesn't do anything? He's just feeding you curly fries.
Like he's broken, he doesn't make any
Yeah.
wishes, but he feeds me curly fries. Are they good curly fries?
Yeah, they're Jack in the Box curly fries.
Oh, then yeah, he doesn't need to
Dude,
fucking.
Jack in the Box curly fries.
Schmack.
Fuck me off.
They go crazy. Guys, if you enjoy the content or Jack in the Box curly fries, give us a follow at PHNX _Sun
Or if you
Devils.
didn't enjoy the content, you can still follow us. And
That's
make
true
fun
too.
Of us.
That's true too. Well, don't do that.
Yeah, you can.
You can follow me at Anthony
I can take it.
_Totri. You can follow Shane at Shane Deef.
Taking your compliments and insults fine as always.
We'll see you guys Friday at 2 p.m. But for now, peace.